Ken Doherty is searching for Ireland's next snooker champion. He's offering a year-long scholarship, including €1,000 in expenses, for the player he feels deserves a lucky break. Last week, nearly 200 players showed up for the auditions in Cork and Dublin, and Ken and his coaches had the tough task of choosing the lucky finalists. With a trip of a lifetime to the World Championships on offer and the scholarship at stake, Ken now has the difficult job of selecting the final four. In an effort to select the four successful players, Ken has asked 8 finalists to join him at his practice room in the Radisson Hotel.
So I've chose 8 players, and then we're going to try and whittle those down to 4. I want to obviously be able to see that they've got a cue action that's going to stand up in pressurised situations. I want to see that little bit of sparkle between the 4 that we're going to pick to move on to the next stage. First of all, welcome and congratulations to each and every one of you. Just to kind of tell you what's going to happen over the next couple of days, we're going to test you in different ways. The motto that I've always sort of tried to go by as a snooker player are the 5 S's. Okay, the 5 S's are strength, speed, skill, stamina and spirit. The most important thing, relax, okay? Enjoy it. You have made the last day. I'm going to pick 4 guys after the next couple of days.
Being in the final 8 means the world to me. It's such an opportunity.
I'd say Ken is looking for technique, the person that he can improve the most.
It's unbelievable. All the stuff he has around and all his pictures and that's amazing.
I think he's looking for mental strength. That would be probably one of my strong points. If they miss, I'm in.
In order to give the boys a crash course in the psychology behind the sport, Ken has invited Liam Moggan to meet the lads.
Okay guys, well this is Liam Moggan and he's a sports performance manager and he's going to really put you through your pace. You thought you were just coming up here for a little jolly and play snooker. Well, you got it wrong.
This is really where the fun begins. Never mind Ken and the snooker. This is what it's all about. In order to be a good snooker player, in order to be a good anything, you really have to be a good person first. Ken, he wasn't born a great snooker player. He was born beside Jason's snooker club and went in there. If Jason's snooker club was Jason's guitar emporium, he'd be a great guitar player. Imagine that all this lovely grass that we're standing on, in a while, it's going to be infested with sharks. And the only safe place for all of you is up on this tire, the safe island, for the duration of 5 seconds. Let's go. Yeah, you got to be standing on it, yeah.
You have to stand on it.
All 8 together.
Yeah.
The first drill will involve all 8 of them working together to really form a pattern.
Hold on to each other, wait until you are all up.
I equate that back to snooker in the sense that there's a pattern of play, there's a pattern in the order of the balls. Okay.
In a snooker match, there is patterns of all the balls together, and you have to work out what way you want the pattern, and in that shark game you have to work out what pattern is needed to keep all of us on the tire.
Yeah, that's it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yay!
We got up and helped each other and then we got confidence to do it and we done it.
Now, Aaron, I'm going to make you the leader and it'll start with you. The second one involves them deciding again on a pattern of throwing some juggling balls, but the intensity of it will increase just like the intensity of a game increases, and it will really show how they act under pressure. So this time now, okay, now we'll take away this. Now don't even think they're hard-boiled. Let's go. 1 is gone. 2 is gone. 3 is gone. 1 is back. Brilliant. 2 is back. 3 is back. Hey. Come in a little bit closer. Come in. Well done. That was brilliant. Now that's the first time you got all 3. What did you notice about your catching and throwing when we brought
You didn't want to go because it was an extra.
It got far more accurate. So really what I'd be saying, lads, what we have to do is you have to up the pressure of the drill on the table, make it more difficult, and have a consequence to it.
With this in mind, the boys put the theory into practice as Ken sets up some difficult drills on the table.
It's very different atmosphere now because I've sort of given them a little drill where they're counting their scores now to see how many blacks in a row they can pot. And the highest only is 6, which is a bit poor, which shows they're a little bit nervous. Aaron Tobin started off like a house on fire. And even little Aaron Goldrick, you know, he's like, I know he's the smallest in there, he's the youngest in there, but he doesn't look to have too much nerves. He's a tiny bit too small, you know, he needs to grow another like 6 inches or a foot so he can make some of the shots. The other ones are a little bit more shy. JJ trying to get him out of his shell a little bit more. He seems a little bit more nervous. You seem to be over-hitting the ball each time. You just got to get the pace of it, you know, every single shot. Yeah. The first one, you've over-hit it.
So you just want to have to practice it, you know? Yeah.
So it is getting a bit more competitive. I think they realise that they've got to shine to make into that last 4.
Good shot.
Better. Bit of pressure there.
In an effort to let their personalities shine, Ken has organised a trip to Awesome Walls Climbing Centre. Let's hope the boys rise to the challenge.
I knew it was something to do with rock climbing, but didn't think it would be this big.
OK, lads, you're here. You're going to be doing a bit of rock climbing. So this is completely outside the box of snooker, but it has a correlation to snooker. You've got to use your head, you've got to be focused, you've got to be a little bit determined, you have to have that little bit of spirit. And, you know, you have to have that bit of stamina as well.
For people that didn't like heights, like myself, it was quite horrific.
What do we say about pressure? It's only for tours. Yeah. Go on, Jason. Jason, no fear.
That ledge, I don't know if I'm going to get by the ledge.
Of course you will. Of course you will.
I'll try.
You never say I can't or I won't. They're not part of the dictionary, I can't or I won't.
It was scary at first, like I couldn't even go up the small walls, but I'm motivated by like Ken watching you and you want to impress, and so I just said, go for it.
Stand up.
Stand up, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
good.
it. Now your right foot up. Your right foot up.
Yeah. Yes. Brilliant, Jason.
That's brilliant. Well done.
Yeah.
Excellent. Jason, see, can you get out that window?
I've never done anything like it before. It's completely different to me.
You see what you can do when you put your mind to it. You can do anything, you know? Well done, that was brilliant. We say in snooker it's like 90% is in the head.
Come on, Aaron.
Well done, Aaron. Having the courage or the mental attitude to keep pushing yourself and say, look, never give up. I'm going to win. I'm going to, you know, get to the top, you know, and that's where it all comes from. It's important from the lads' point of view is that they all gave it a go. It shows a bit of character, you know, and that's the whole part of this exercise, you know, that they try and overcome their fears. It's a big part of any sport. Oh, well done, that's brilliant.
I'm really motivated, trying to get up, like, you know, and if you fell off, you'd start again, like, so, to get it right.
They all have their own sort of individual little characters, but they are all determined. I think that's drawn out of them from snooker alone, because it's an individual sport. Well done, Aaron, that's brilliant. But they're all willing to give it a go, and they're all determined, and they want to succeed, you know. And it's going to be hard, like, to pick, you know, 4 from these guys. I'm sorry I signed up for this.
Step to your right if you can. The orange is out there a bit. Oh, good catch, come on.
Right leg up, right leg, just side your knee.
Go on.
I got cramp in my arm. I got up there, my arms, I couldn't feel my arms. It was like 2-ton weights on both my arms, I couldn't feel them. Oh, my arms. I couldn't, my arms. Okay, this is going to be the hardest part, trying to pick four from the 8, because over the last couple of days, they've all impressed me in some way or the other, you know. Aaron Tobin.
He has a sort of a steady determination about him. You can see in him, you know, he wants it.
That's much better.
What about JJ?
He's probably from watching players on TV, he's developed that cue action, you know. I know it's like a little bit loopy, but I mean, he strikes the ball so well.
Yeah.
Aaron Holland looks good on a shot. He's got to straighten up that back arm, as we know. He has to open his ears and listen and try and take on board. He doesn't know everything. I'm happy with the 4, but I'm also sad that, you know, I'm going to be sending 4 away.
It's something natural, isn't it? You know what I mean?
World champion Ken Doherty is searching for the next Irish snooker sensation. He's offering 4 snooker players the trip of a lifetime to the World Championships and a year-long scholarship for the player he feels deserves a lucky break. One of the players hoping to make it to the Final Four is 15-year-old Aaron Holland from Coolock, who only began playing snooker over a year ago.
I suppose it's a nice feeling, people to be saying, like, I can't believe you're only playing a year, but I don't know, it was just all the practice I get in, I suppose. Like, I play nearly every day and I play for hours, like, I just don't get bored. I suppose it is a bit of a disadvantage, like, because compared to, like, the standard other people are at, I don't feel like I'm as good as them, but I just still win matches, I don't know how.
Currently in transition year, Aaron does his work experience in his local club, Joey's of Harmonstown.
Aaron's been coming down to us about 3 months after we opened, and then he approached us about work experience. You just knew by looking when they seen him play that there was something about him, you know. He had it all, he just had to work on it more or less, you know, practice, 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 and he's down here 30 hours a week probably, practice. I'm full-time here and he does more hours here than I do, you know. You'll be surprised with the amount of people now that have seen Aaron do so well, come into the club, and maybe they were just playing pool at the start, but now they're going on to the 9-foot snookers and gradually working their way up.
Yeah, I'd love to be pro. It'd be great. You have to travel a lot, nice hotels, and then you're playing against top players in the world. Like, it'd be amazing. My ma gives me lifts everywhere. Like, I wouldn't be able to play in any tournaments at all. I probably wouldn't be able to practice most of the time if I didn't get a lift down.
Aaron, as a child, was very easygoing, really relaxed, like he still is. After he started walking, he just reared himself. I grew up in Coolock and I stayed very focused, so I suppose in relation to Aaron, it never worried me too much because, to be honest, I seen it as there's lovely people that live here and very supportive. I think what's important is what's at home and if they're focused.
It's not too bad, like, but I suppose, like, there's no one really from Coolock like that. You never hear them being famous around like that, so.
It just shows his character because, you know, he's gone through a tough time. The 2 boys, his dad and myself separated about a year and a half ago. That's been hard on them. And, you know, I think one of the reasons why Aaron really focused as well on the snooker was maybe that was a way for him to deal with that and in a positive way.
It's decision time for Ken, and Aaron is first up to discover his fate and see if he's made the Final Four.
Your arm has to change, you know, and you know, you have to listen, you know, when people are telling you things. That's the big concern I have for you, you know. However, taking all that into consideration, I think you got a great attitude, you got a good personality, and congratulations, you're through to the next round, you're going to the World Championships.
Oh, I'm just amazed, like, it's unbelievable. It's a great experience to get.
You weren't expecting it?
No, I wasn't expecting it, to be honest.
No?
No.
Okay, boys and girls, we're going to finish up for today, so you can tidy up your books and put them into your bag.
Normal day is just go to school, come home, be home about 3:20, do my homework and get some to eat, and then just play snooker for a while till like 7 o'clock, get some dinner, play more snooker, go to bed. That's it, just get up again.
Aaron Goldrick is 11 and lives near Kilnalek in County Cavan.
Probably about 2 years ago, I saw snooker on the telly, so I asked my dad could there start a club like nearby, and he said there's one in Cavan. So we went in and just started there. This is my bedroom. Yeah, these are all my snooker medals. Remember when I first started, you were like, oh, I should get a little biscuit tin or something, like make a little wooden box, but never did, so it was kind of like reaching over the table like that at the start, but I grew eventually. This is my first pool table. Yeah, this is where it all began.
He was never really a baby, I thought. He was always kind of growing up.
Because he never really played much with toys or nothing.
No.
He'd be very determined, wouldn't he? Like, you know, he's very determined, no matter what he does.
Yeah.
He'd see a thing through. Like, he wouldn't just give up.
He gets that from me.
Yeah, he does. Oh, he does? Oh, God, yeah, without a doubt. Because, I mean, if I couldn't do it, I'd just, here, throw all there.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Well, I was taking him out to Cavan twice, 3 times a week. So then I decided in the summertime that just hadn't time. So I decided I'd go and buy a table for him.
This is my cue. It's a cue craft. Got it from Santi there at Christmas. Because my other cue was just, it's like rubbish.
He practices every single day.
I'd say he has intentions to go pro, yeah. I'd be very happy for him to get him at it, yeah.
Yeah, would be, but you'd be concerned for him though too, you know. There's nobody to rely on. It's an individual sport, so you're on your own.
Only for snooker, like, I'd be just bored out of my mind, like, nothing else to do, like, apart from play snooker.
How are you, Aaron? You okay? Welcome. Sit down there. I've been really impressed with your attitude. I think you showed a lot of courage today as well, particularly going up that wall. You're very determined. The only concern I have is if you were like a foot taller, you'd be absolutely perfect, you know? However, I'm glad to say that you made it through to the next stage. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
Great.
Good.
So happy to get through to last four and get to go to the World Championship. All other players were great, but only four can go through, so glad to get through.
14-year-old Jason lives in Castle Dawson in County Derry. He started playing snooker 2 years ago.
Probably started from me being involved in snooker, coming back and telling him stories, probably got him interested. He's, from the ground up, he's very good, I think. So...
Then we're biased.
We're biased.
No, I would enjoy snooker more now than I would ever because, you know, I think it's because I'm good at it.
Jason can get in all the practice he needs at his granny's, who lives a couple of miles away.
Jason is a great snooker man and he's snooker crazy. And I have 4 sons the same, and a cousin, and another neighbour man. And they're snooker crazy.
20 plus years ago, we decided to build our own snooker room. Started a team of our own and put it into the Mid-Ulster League.
You go up to grannies and, you know, you just walk in and stick on the heat and that's it. You just play away.
It was nice having it here. I look forward to Monday night. Love to watch them play.
I would have went one night a week when I was only starting, just thought it was a hobby, but it's more serious now. Like. I'm interested in football and hurling. Play hurling with a lot of my friends. The coach is a Derry player and, you know, he's very supportive as well.
That's all the balls over to this group here, okay? I heard about the snooker's abilities, and my initial thoughts were, oh no, I cannot afford to lose to somebody as good as this. Good man, Jason, well done. Hurling and snooker, you know, it's the hand-eye coordination, you know, and you can see it just like I can imagine on a snooker table, you know, he's able to execute on every type of shot that he's looking to do. The same way that he's, you know, he's one of the few fellas out there that's able to hit off both sides, you know, he's comfortable jab lifting, roll lifting, tackling, whatever.
The dream would be to become professional and go over to the Crucible and play in different competitions with professionals like Neil Robertson and even Ken, and, you know, play against them boys and get into the top 10.
Okay, come and sit down. And Guy and I have been very impressed with you, you know, your attitude, like all the boys, the attitude has been fantastic, you know. You've just got to get close to that cue ball, okay?
Yeah.
And that's the only concern I have for you. But other than that, congratulations. You're going,
oh, God.
you're going to the World Championships.
Oh, brilliant. Amazing. Couldn't believe it, like, I wasn't expecting to get through.
Well done.
Brilliant.
Okay, you deserve it. Okay? Well done. You happy? Yeah.
17-year-old Aaron Tobin recently left school to concentrate on snooker. He lives in Youghal with his parents, Shane and Margaret.
I was about 9.5 when I started, and then kind of carried on, and I was playing other sports then, and then till I turned 12, I think, I qualified for the Irish team, and then I just kind of focused on snooker more. When I was over in Wales there with the Ireland team a few years back, we went drinking over and we got banned for a year. It was well deserved, we got banned, so we shouldn't have done what we done, but it was kind of a year less of snooker, we'll say. If I had that year now, could have done more for me, you never know. For the interim professional, I don't know, I have family in Australia and that. I was thinking I might go over there, try to get a bit of work.
Never loved our school. I always went, but never enjoyed school. No, never. Preferred to be doing something else.
I want him to do his leaving, and hopefully now in September I'm going to get him into Outreach. He doesn't want to go there, but I'm going to get him in there, and just to have that even.
Not one for praise, really. If he comes in and we're having a drink and, all right, well done, Aaron, this type of thing, he just doesn't. Yeah, I'm off now. That's it. He's going out the door.
No, he asks for money first.
It's money, and that's it.
And goes.
Oh yeah. He has the opportunity now to go for it. Now is the time to see how far he'll go.
He can adapt very, very easily. He knows his way around the snooker table at 10 years of age in terms of break building and things like that. The great thing about Aaron, I find about Aaron, is that he just gets on with it. You never hear him boasting about his century breaks or the championships that he has won. I think that's a great characteristic in anyone. Certainly from a Youghal CMS point of view, he's a player that we've been waiting for 25 or 28 years.
The talent is one thing, but money is another thing then as well, travel expenses and to go to tournaments and all that kind of stuff, family wouldn't have the money, for that. Especially no work or anything like that. If I didn't have snooker, I could be still hanging around, messing that, you never know. If I got the opportunity, I wouldn't waste the opportunity, I'd take it. I'd give it everything, 100%.
Come on, have a seat. You've played very, very well. The only problem I have with you is that your age, you're 17. And also I know that you've messed up with the authorities in the past, that you've been given a chance before and you didn't take it. However, I do think people deserve a second chance, The show is called Lucky Break, and if anybody probably deserves a lucky break, you do, You've done everything that could have been asked you over the last couple of days, Congratulations, you're one of the 4. You've got to go to the World Championships, OK? Well done, well done.
I feel extremely good at the moment, yeah. Good achievement so far, yeah.
It's nice to finish on the high, but yeah, the lows were the other guys,
I'm disappointed really I didn't get picked, but I enjoyed the few days. It was great, fun.
You keep your chin up, OK? All right.
I've learned a lot and just take on board what Ken says and just try and improve.
I'm a bit disappointed that I didn't, but it was brilliant coming up, and it was worthwhile coming up just for the experience.
I'm sorry, OK?
It's gone. My dream is, this tournament is gone.
It's a tearjerker, really. I feel sorry for them. I'll have to go out and speak to them. But I think the 4 I have are the best. I think they've got the most potential. I see so much in them all. I think we've got a whole array of talent there, and it's just a matter of nurturing it and bringing it on. But I'm sure it's going to be a great experience for them. It's going to be a great experience for me. I'm enjoying it so far, and I'm sure they've got a lot of great times in store for them.
Next week, the boys get a taste of the big time and go behind the scenes at the World Championships in Sheffield. Despite the fame and bright lights of the Crucible, the boys discover the reality of what it takes to go pro.